Hello and welcome to Straight Talk, Supply Chain Insights, the podcast for your supply chain leader who is on the go and wants to be in the know. And now, your host, Lora Cecere.
Greetings, my name is Lora Cecere. I'm the founder of Supply Chain Insights, and this is my podcast series called Straight Talk with Supply Chain Insights. It's designed for the supply chain leader who's on the go, if you're like I am, on the go a lot, and wants to be in the know, the ability to scramble, to get to information, and to really be on top of your game. It's a journey. Supply chains are changing, and I want to help. Today, I want to talk about the coronavirus and preparedness. I got a call from the Wall Street Journal last week interviewing supply chain leaders about where are we and what can we expect. And the journalist asked me a question that was very thought-provoking. She asked, what can we learn from the past and how supply chain leaders met the challenges of a risk that we can apply to the current situation? And I thought a bit, and I thought, wow, we've never had a risk mitigation requirement quite like the one that we're facing right now. And let me just describe what was going through my mind. China is much larger. We've never seen the shutdown of a major city. We've got every supply chain I work with affected, whether it's titanium for paint or additives for food or parts for automotive or fab production for semiconductors, which is a fragile supply chain in itself, or what's happening with the movement of the virus into South Korea with high-tech manufacturing, or, the inability of Apple to get phones out of Foxconn. It's pervasive. It crosses most industries. However, while it's bigger and more pervasive, there are things that we can learn from past issues that we can apply. The first thing is create a war room. Map your supply chain. 2/3 of companies do not know where their second and third tier suppliers are coming from. And so as a result, we're going to have a lot of surprises. Most will reach out to their first tier supplier and not realize that their first tier supplier cannot get supply from second and third tier suppliers. Also, as companies try to get alternate supply, they're going to find that they're competing with other companies. So we're going to have issues with price. And what I recommend is that you try to be a good supplier. And what does that mean? Well, the first is ask how you can help. Maybe it's changing terms. Maybe it's expediting supply. You might have private jets, or you might have the ability to run an alternate formula. Ask how you can help. The other thing is try to give a good demand signal to your suppliers. We're just not good at passing good demand signals, right? And what's going to happen in this virus situation is demand is fundamentally going to change. As people move to their houses and, they're no longer going to the work environment and they're not doing as much travel, we're going to see a change in the consumption of goods. People are preloading their pantries for laundry detergent. They're buying surgical masks. We're not going to have as much air travel. And so demand is fundamentally going to change. So look at what's really happening in the market. Use consumption data. Translate that into a good forecast. Hold yourself accountable for that forecast. And try to align the supplier with the best signals coming off your production lines. Step up your game on supplier development. Ask how you can help, give them good information, and keep them updated. So a war room, be a good supplier to the supplier. Really walk the talk of supplier development. The third thing is get good at what-if analysis. Only 1/3 of companies have what-if analysis capabilities. And, the dilemma is that we've invested in a lot of transactional systems, which have, a lot of numbers, right? And it's very black and white, a transaction, an order, a PO. But the world of supply chain is full of gray. It's full of, probabilities and its ranges, and it's, looking at error and cycles. And so in the management of the world of gray, we've got to really be able to project what the impact of rhythms and cycles are on, the balance sheet and the options, and to be able to look at, where do we hold inventory? How do we hold inventory? What's the role of inventory? Where should our push-pull decoupling points be? How is this virus affecting what we can do to our customers? What do we need to do to project, when we're going to be able to supply orders? So this what-if analysis helps us to be able to, number one, take steps quickly, number two, to manage expectations, and number three, to drive organizational alignment. And most supply chains are not aligned. So looking at what-if analysis in the war room, aligning executives on what is possible are really key in the steps we need to take. The other step we need to take is taking care of employees. So whether it's changing the work so employees can work from home, whether it's changing from having big meetings to going to more virtual meetings, changing travel policy, understanding the stress involved for our associates in China, take care of people. So, surprise is going to be kind of the mantra. And, we need to be able to adapt and to work with surprise. But the more we can do what-if analysis, that we understand who our second or third tier suppliers are, the more that we can focus on getting the right information to our supply chain, working on visibility, the better off we'll be. Good luck out there. This will be a new case study in supply chain. Brands will fail because they're single-sourced. Companies will have missed earnings. Over 400 companies have already said they're going to miss Q1 earnings. It's going to go into Q2. It's causing financial ripples. Those financial ripples will have other impacts. So work together and try to manage the entire supply chain. Good luck out there. My name's Lora Cecere, founder of Supply Chain Insights. If you need help, reach out. I have people that are sending me things every day about conditions in China and what they're doing, and if I can help, let me know. Until next time, this is Lora.